All right, hey everybody, back with another news feed here for you. This one kicking it off. Nissan cuts production of its best-selling vehicle, that is the Pathfinder, or I'm sorry, the Rogue, and sorry, the Nissan Rogue here. Sorry, getting confused. But the Nissan Rogue, they're cutting it. It says also cutting production of the Frontier a little bit. This article is from September 12th, so it's only literally 3 days old as the time I'm recording this. But I do think it's interesting that it told dealers to cut production of the Rogue and the Frontier by up to 40,000 units in September and October. It's a move that the company to reduce inventories and oversupply as dealers struggle to grow sales and turn a profit, even though the Rogue is a brand's best-selling model. And I can understand. It says sales for the Rogue are down for the first 6 months of the year, falling 4.5% compared to the same time last year. Frontier, though, sales are actually up 17.1%. Okay, but that hasn't brought the supply down far enough for either Nissan's liking, which remains above industry average for Nissan. So Nissan's going to try and move some of these here. And how they're going to try and move them? Not making any more. So we talk about the deals for Nissan and the Frontier and how these deals are there. Just understand it. Their idea to combat that is to slow down production so we get rid of the ones that are out here. Pretty common attitude and concept here, but it says right here, things are not going well for Nissan right now. Actually, things are about to get on fire for Nissan. Don't think for a second that Nissan is going to be in a very bad place here. They got this refreshed 2025 Frontier coming out that's going to be absolutely amazing. Got this refreshed Frontier that's going to be awesome. This thing is going to be amazing. It's coming out. The 2024 sales of the Frontier are on fire because of the fact that, so many Toyota fans are coming over to it because they don't want the turbo 4 engine. So Nissan Frontier sales, like they said, they're up 17%. They're doing fantastic. The 2025 refresh is going to help that. Plus they have the new kicks and they got the new Armada coming out. They got some new stuff. Nissan is not going to be, as they say here, where they say things are not going well for Nissan right now. I got a feeling that everything is turning around for Nissan very quickly. And 2025 is going to be a powerhouse year for Nissan. That's my thoughts and how I feel on it. Okay, they say they move further hurts dealer profitability this year, but effort appears to have worked, bringing the company's inventories closer to those of its competitors, but it clearly hasn't been enough. Now, Nissan is doing things so good and so quickly. Let's compare it for a second. Let's just forget all this for a second. Just focus on me down here in the corner. But let's look at this. Ford has been leading recalls for the past 3 straight years nonstop, or 4 years almost. This is year 4, and they've been leading recalls. They've been failing like miserably at that. They cannot get quality control under control. Farley has run the company into the ground and is doing nothing. You got Stellantis just crashing on every single thing. Tavares is destroying that. They can't get their head out of their butt or get out of their own way, and they got all kinds of problems with pricing problems and quality problems and everything like that too. And yet here you got Nissan, who has had a little bit of a rough year, but inside of a few months has turned it around, bringing out a bunch of new vehicles here that are total refreshes and redesigns, and they are going to crush it. And they're controlling inventory levels. They are making the changes as they need to on the fly. They're keeping prices real, and they're doing everything right. Nissan is on fire. My opinion, 2025, Nissan will grow tremendously. My thoughts. And they got the new Z out, the Nissan Z, that fancy little car that I know absolutely nothing about. But anyway, like I said, do not fear Nissan. They are on fire. Moving on from there. Love this story right here. You probably have seen it already. We're not going to stay on it long, but this janitor started working at a school. He's only been there for 1 year, and he really connected with all the students and the teachers, and they love this guy. Okay, he's a custodian there. They love him. He helps out with everything. He's just a heck of a good dude. And the families, the school, the faculty, the students, they all adore him. Well, he had said, it says right here, okay, we met Francis around a year ago today. He told us his birthday was coming up. He told us he really wanted a Jeep. That was his dream car, and it was his end goal in life, to get a Jeep Wrangler. Okay, now, I mean, you understand. I mean, think about that. So for some people, especially today, trying to buy a new vehicle is near impossible. And for somebody, depending on income levels and what he's got to do for family and taking care of family, or who knows what his life story is and the things that he has to deal with. But apparently, this is a massively huge deal. Well, the students and the staff there in Virginia, okay, this is at James Madison High School in Vienna, Virginia, they put together a GoFundMe page, and they raised $20,000 in that time, and ended up buying him a Jeep. How cool is that? I mean, that's just amazing. It just doesn't get better than that. You love hearing about that. So, very cool. Moving on from there. GM, okay, they got a recall right here. Sierra, and it's the Sierra, the Yukon, and it is also the Silverado. I didn't pull that one up, but it is the Silverado as well, too. So, understand that is, or is it this one? No, that's the one for the Silverado. Sorry, this one is the Sierra and the Yukon recalled for failing brake fluid loss detection. Don't get alarmed. Don't get excited. It's a software glitch. Okay, that's all it is. It's not leaking brake fluid. It has a failing brake fluid loss detection alert. Okay, a little icon is going to flash on your dash, and it's going to tell you if you're losing brake right here. Okay, unit includes the recall of affected by a brake fluid leak detection failure, causing the system to fail to notify drivers of a leak. Okay, that's it. That's all it is. It's just a software glitch, okay? And they're going to fix it. There's no parts needed, no nothing. This is an easy peasy deal. But that's what all these recalls are today. All recalls are electronic. Why? Because electronics suck in vehicles. Electronics and computer programs and softwares and all this stuff, it sucks and it fails all the time. It's pure garbage. The more electric a truck gets, the more junk it becomes. It's just, there's no two ways about it. It is what it is. Well, here it is. But the good news is, like most software things, they are easy fixes. They're just going to hook up their little computer. Brrr, done. Here you go. Have a nice day. See you. Bye. And that's it. And you're fixed. So easy fix. Now this one, not quite so easy. GM releases a fix for the Silverado HD. This is also including the Sierra HD on here as well too. Please, did I click that? Is that going to take me off of here? It is. Hang on. Sorry. All right. And so anyway, but it is on both. This is on the Silverado and the Sierra HD models. This is a coolant contamination issue where the diesels have got contaminants in the engine cooling system. Pretty big deal. What they're going to do is they are going to look at it, and they are going to dive in, and how they're going to do it is they are going to, okay, you're going to bring it in for, it's a two-part deal. You're going to bring it into customer service, and they are going to look at it. The dealers are instructed to inspect for potential affected trucks in their inventory and apply the fix before delivering. Where was it the other article that told it? It might have been the other article. They had one for the Sierra 2, and I didn't include it, but how they're going to find it is what they do is they actually are looking for a black film in the actual coolant tank. If they see that, then they are going to do a coolant flush and replace the surge tank plus multiple hoses. That's what they got to do on it. So it's basically how it's going to happen. Trying to see if it says it in here anywhere. Fixes applied to right here. Yeah, it is. The fix is applied to the trucks in two stages. The first stage, the dealership personnel carry out a visual inspection of the coolant fluid in the radiator surge tank. Contamination results in a visible film of oily black substance floating on top of the coolant per the service update. Okay, that's step one. Only, meaning if you have that problem, you get the rest done. If you don't, you get sent home. Only one contamination of the coolant is confirmed visually. Only once the contamination is there with the black oily layer should the dealership order replacement parts. The surge tank, heater inlet and outlet hoses, radiator inlet and outlet hoses, surge tank inlet outlet hoses, and the engine coolant air bleeder hose and pipe will all need to be replaced during the second service visit when the parts are available. The coolant flush and all parts, looking at about 11 hours of labor time. It's obviously covered and paid for, but it is a two-part recall. You are going to have to bring it in twice. Once to bring it in. When you bring it in, they are just going to pop off your radiator cap on a surge tank, or the cap on a surge tank. They're going to look in there, and they're going to say, yep, you need to have this done, or no, you don't, go home. If they say you need it done, they will order the parts. When they order the parts, then they will call you back and get you all dialed in. So there you go. So a couple recalls, couple things going on, and some really good news. And like I said, good news being Nissan is on fire and climbing high, even though the world says they're crashing. I bet they go high places. And love this story about this guy here. So put your comments down below. Thanks for watching.